Beg pardon?
I said you don't even know the stories, Mike.
I rely on my mother wit, Shu.
Story number 3. Graff cyber attack. Tycoons and celebrities on a leak list as Russian gang demands ransom. And the Russian gang is Conti, by the way.
See,
Boo, Conti. Boo you. Boo you. Conti.
Almost 70,000 confidential documents on the so-called dark web. I don't know why they said so.
It's actually the
Dark web.
I don't know why it's so called.
Yeah. Some of the world's most powerful, wealthy, and famous people, their personal details were stolen, and they're asking for a ransom.
Okay, this breach is super crazy because one, ransomware groups do not go after Russia. Ever. 'Cause
CIS, no CIS countries.
Yeah, they live there. Any
Allegedly.
hard coded. If they have the Russian keyboard installed, they don't touch it.
That is
Correct.
true.
So Conti going after Russia, that's big. Like,
Really big.
well, I think we just learned that Conti's a little bit different. I would assume Conti's based in Russia, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're in Eastern Ukraine or
It could be. They're Sim 12. They're Sim 12, right?
Allegedly.
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 And then two, to actually release high net worth individuals in Russia, like they just painted a huge target on their back. Like this is not going to go well for Conti.
Who's to say? Who knows?
Me, I say.
I mean, the same people. Listen, do you remember when Kaspersky, by the way, to go back to story 2, had their first issue? It was in 2017 when people started to bail, fairly or unfairly, started to bail. And now in 2021, turns out that the people that stuck with them as a brand still having a slight issue with those tokens. So we're just calling it now and we'll see how it unfolds.
So when you say that they're going after Russia, like, what do you mean by that? Because these are not Russians that they leak details about.
Conti?
But Russian high net worth Russians were included.
Oh,
And isn't the
Yes.
That is
Yes.
like one that
They would
in
never
the
go
analysis
for
of the Colonial Pipeline breach, what we found is that the ransomware that was used
Mhm.
checked to see if your operating system was either in Russian or Ukrainian, and if so, it was programmed not to encrypt.
the Cyrillic
That's true.
keyboard. If you have the Cyrillic keyboard installed, ransomware will not encrypt.
So we're
Correct.
So hack notice tip of the day: install a Russian keyboard.
Now we're talking.
So we're
Shit, hackers.
now. So
I have one. Do you have one?
No, I don't.
So what we're talking about is not just going against an unwritten code. It's going against the literal code
Correct.
built into what they're using to attack companies.
And because they do not attack CIS countries, so that's such a great idea. Just get a Cyrillic keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no problem with that. I firmly believe
I
everyone.
love that. That is so great.
Installed, because even if you ever got ransomware on your system, you're likely to evade the encryption.
I
Right,
agree
and-
with y'all on the keyboard and actually installed the Hebrew keyboard. I actually have a legitimate use of the Hebrew keyboard.
I think that means you
Just
get
in
double
case.
No, but
Right,
so
yeah.
dark,
But also, okay, so Graff, according to
Okay, moving on.